Good morning, Year 3, and welcome to your spelling session. So this is for the next 2 days, and I know we haven't actually got spelling timetabled in, but usually during the school day we have a couple of pockets of time that we can use to read or practice our spellings. So if you'd like to practice your spellings today, that is absolutely fine. If you want to leave it for tomorrow's dedicated time, that is also fine. There is just a quiz on Teams that needs to be done by tomorrow, just to let us know which revision method you chose. So you can either get that done today or you can do it tomorrow. Okay, the deadline is tomorrow because today is all about you being really independent with your learning and taking ownership of your learning. Okay, so the learning objective is to revise my spelling words. And how are you going to be successful with revising? That means going over and practicing those. So hopefully by the end of the lesson, you'll be able to recall what a homophone is. You'll be able to recall the spelling words of the week or recognize them. And you'll be able to revise your spelling words in a way that suits your learning. As I said, today is all about you. When we come back to school and you're doing your writing and we ask you to use your Year 3 spelling words, it will be you writing them, not us. So I can't tell you the best way to learn them. Your brain knows that. So we'll go over a few methods today and you pick the one that suits you best. Or of course, if you've got your own method that you use to help you learn your spellings, you of course go ahead and do that because it's not me learning. I'm here to help you learn. You're in control. Okay. So just to recap, what is a homophone? Now, if you need a clue, this part of the word means the same, and this part of the word means sound. So what do you think it means? Can you put it into a sentence? A homophone is, pause the video and have a little go now. You can either write it down or just say it out loud. Okay, a homophone is a word that sounds the same or very similar, but has a different meaning. And homophones are what we are learning this week. So before we start, I thought we'd just play a little game. So I've got some different images to represent some of our spelling words. And I've shown you the first one here. So I've got some chocolate and it's broken off into chunks and it's pointing to one of the chunks. So the spelling word that this one represents is peace. Well done if you already spotted that. But it's really important we know which piece we are spelling, because if you just say the word peace, that could be peace spelled like this, or it could be the other piece spelled P-E-A-C-E. Okay, so let's see if you can get this one. So I've got a timeline here, and the arrow is pointing to this part of the timeline, which says Queen Victoria, 1st, 1837 to 1901. Which of our spelling words does this suit? Have a go, shout it out the screen. Let me give you a clue. Well done if you got that, it's reign. Those years were when Queen Victoria was reigning over England. Okay, next one. Which of our spelling words do you think this image is representing? Have a little think. Can you remember it? I'll give you a clue. Can you finish it off? Peace. Okay, it looks like she is in a lovely place with lots of peace, doesn't it? No disturbances, tranquil space. Well done if you got that. What about this one? So it looks like he's hurt himself, bless him, and he's making a noise. So which of our spelling words suits it here? Can you shout it out? Well done if you spotted that. It's groan, spelt like this. And finally, this one is quite obvious, but can you spell it correctly? Well done if you got that. It's the plane. Okay, so before we run over some of the methods you can use today to revise or tomorrow, which methods do you know? What methods do we already know that can help us revise our spellings? So you can either just think to yourself, or if you've got somebody with you, you can say, oh, sometimes I do this one helps me, I don't really like this one, because it's really important. You're in year 3 now, you're in Key Stage 2, you start to take that independent ownership. You say, this is what helps me learn best. This is what helps me remember things, okay? So let's explore some of our options. So the first one is look, cover, write, check. So what you do on a piece of paper is you have the word and you make sure you have it here spelt correctly. So for example, peace, okay? And it's really important that in the first box you just copy it down so it's spelt completely correctly, okay? Then you look at it and you say it. So peace. Then you look at it, you say it, and you write it yourself. Then you cover that with your hands because you'll be writing it on paper, and you write it, and then you uncover these and you check if you got it right. And you just keep doing that to help you remember it, and you can spot easily where you're going wrong if you are at all. So that's one of the ways. Next up, we have rainbow writing, which really helps with that muscle memory. So what you need for this one is a piece of paper and some different coloured pencils or pens. And you write the word, and again, make sure you are getting the spelling correct on the first time that you write it down. And then you keep going over it in lots of different colours, just so your hand gets really used to writing that. Okay, because when we come to do our test on Friday, we would like you to actually write the words down and then upload a picture onto the assignment. Okay, so we're really working on that muscle memory. So that's another option. Then you could apply your phonic sound. So if you like your dots and dashes and you know your phonic sound, so for example, for rain, r, a, n, rain. Okay, so you might want to write them out like that if it's a word where your phonics is applicable. Okay, another popular one is our pyramid writing. So you write the word in full at the top, again, make sure it's correct, and then you write it out letter by letter so you can see how the word is made up. So there's another option for you. Okay, another one, you might want to say it in segments. So for example, for peace, you could say P-I-E-C-E and kind of use that rhythm. And then when you're writing it, whether you're at home or at school, you just say that in your head as you're writing it, P-I-E-C-E. It will help you remember that. Remember, you're all very different. Your brains are very different. So something that works for one person in your class might not work for you and vice versa, and that is absolutely fine. All we're interested today is in the method that suits you. Okay, we've got this mnemonic, so where you use each letter of the word and you make a little saying, and it helps if the saying is about the word. So this is one I've just made up for peace, and I thought of people everywhere, always caring equally. So P-E-A-C-E. Okay, now I know I've taught you in school how to spell laugh, laughing ants under green hats. Okay, and that helped me in school because there's some words that we just struggle with, and if we have a little mnemonic to help us, it can make things easier. Okay, so there's another example, mnemonics. And then some of you might like using it in a sentence, especially with homophones, to really get that context in. Especially when we do this test, you don't want to use the correct spelling, but the wrong word, the wrong homophone, okay? So you might just want to have a go at writing the word in a sentence where it makes sense, okay? Now you might just use one of these methods, you might use a combination of a few, and that's absolutely fine. But remember, this session and tomorrow's session, they're all about you taking your own time, up to 20 minutes, okay? to practice your spelling words for your assessment on Friday. So for your task today, you're going to choose the way that suits you and you're going to revise your spellings. And why it's important to take control of your learning and pick a way that you know it's going to help you. So here are the spelling words. If you want to jot them down now, you can pause the screen so you make sure you're getting them right first time. And then there's just going to be a little quiz on Teams. Now you can only do the quiz if you've watched the video, because I've seen some people doing it before the video has even gone live, okay? So we can spot that. So make sure you're watching this video first, okay? And just as a little test, if you have watched the video, at the bottom of the quiz, I'm going to say, what is the code word? Okay, and in that box, I would like you to type rainbow. Okay, so this is a test. Who has watched the video? So if you've watched the video, at the bottom of the test, it will say, what is the code word? Just type rainbow. Okay, so good luck with revising your spellings. Remember, spend up to 20 minutes today and tomorrow. If you've got too much on today, that's fine. But if you can find a spare 5, 10, 20 minutes to practice your spellings, that's fine. Your quiz on Teams needs to be handed in by tomorrow. Okay, so you don't need to do it twice, you just do it the once. Okay, good luck, guys, and happy revising.